why I'm going to Cambridge. So I'm enrolled in a STEM program with King's and Christ College. So the last part of the program is a residential overnight, and I'm going to be staying at King's College. So what the day consists of is going to be academic sessions, icebreaker challenges, getting to know what it's like to be at Cambridge University, getting tours of both Christ and King's, and yeah, we have meals provided. I'm staying the night, and part of me is excited, part of me really wants to go home, back to my bed, but I'm going to try go through with it with an open mind. What I'm going to be doing at the end of this is rating different aspects of Cambridge. So I'm going to be rating how I found the food, for example, the people there, the scenery, the academic sessions, my room, and just the overall vibe of the college, seeing if it's somewhere that I might want to be in the future. But yeah, currently still on my way. I have 2 more stops until I'm there, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. I really need to work on keeping my face in the frame. Hope you can see the top of my head. At the minute, I'm like 5 minutes away, 2 minutes away from Cambridge. So I'm just gonna walk to King's College. I'll try and do a little montage of the scenery, and then I'll get shown to my dorm room, and then we're heading straight in for an academic session. So it probably will just be videos with no audio. I might do a voiceover. We'll just be seeing what I'm seeing, essentially. But yeah. Okay, I'm in the toilet. I'm trying not to be prejudiced because what I put out is what I receive. I know that, but they forgot a room key for me. Hopefully today goes a lot better right at the beginning, just getting to know people. So I need to open mind. But yeah, at the minute, we just dropped off our bags. We're gonna go for an introduction talk. So I'll try and film when I can. Oh my god, okay. I'm in the toilet. I think that might have just been the worst experience of my entire life. We just had an icebreaker challenge for 45 minutes. Oh my god. I can't even begin to stress how out of place I felt. I think someone's coming, so I'm gonna stop. Guys, when I tell you I'm actually exhausted, but here's my room. So I don't know if you can gauge just how big it is. It's reasonably sized, I can't lie. Got a little fridge. I'm absolutely like shattered. Does not even sum it up. So I had my first academic session of today. It wasn't bad. I got a really honest review about Cambridge, and I'm grateful for it because a lot of what I've been hearing is this place is amazing. There's nothing wrong with Cambridge. And I feel like now I can weigh it up in the sense that I have the good stuff and I have an honest review of just how good that good stuff is. I'm not saying Cambridge is a bad uni. It's an amazing uni, I'm aware of that. But like every university, it has its downsides, and I got an awareness of those downsides as well. So I'm feeling content with what's happened. At the minute, I need to go head to lunch. I pray that the food is edible. Please God, in Jesus' name, amen. I want nice food with protein. Please, with protein. I don't know when I need to head down. But yeah, there's so much to say and not enough time to say it. So you will hear from me after hopefully I've eaten. We have a student Q&A with Cambridge students, which I am also looking forward to. Hopefully I get some more honest reviews. And then after that, there is an hour of social time. I'm not looking forward to that. The icebreaker nearly had me hyperventilating, but hour of social time. And then after social time, we have an hour of free time, which is optional. So, you know, I'm about to be in here. Hopefully the light will still be out, but to be fair, it might be dark. But yeah, hopefully my room lighting is good enough. and I will unpack the student Q&A and go throughout the whole day, because I've not been able to film much because it's been a thing where we've been being talked at, so I can't just whip out my phone because that's a bit rude. But yeah, the rating's gonna be interesting. The rating's gonna be interesting, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, you see how frizzy my hair has got at the front? It's been a mixture of like rain and wind, but like that rain where it's like spitting, so I'm not like wet, but my hair, like, it's not even humid, it's just like the front bits are just going frizzy, but the rest of my hair is still okay. You get the gist of it. But yeah, you'll hear from me in a bit. On a scale of 1 to 10, that food was unflavoured. I'm just making my way to my room now. Let me show you what I see. They have like nice detailing on like really irrelevant places, but it's a nice thought. I don't know what building this is, but I am on the 3rd floor, so I'm climbing yet another flight of stairs. I'm out of breath. And because I've been so anxious all day and the food was not good, my stomach is just like... Okay. Got my key card. Let me tap it. Ooh, the door pops open for me. Okay, but yeah. I'm room 309. Let me get inside. I did not even do a fit check, is what I'm now realising. This is not what I was wearing. I've just changed into this now because your girl is a lot of words. I'm tired. I feel sick. My stomach hurts. I want to not be here right now. I want to be at home in my bed, able to sleep peacefully. Let me just talk about what just happened. You see, I said in this video I'm gonna rate things about Cambridge. The food right now is not getting a high rating. I couldn't vlog because there's people about, but I did take a photo. If I have sweat patches, I'm human. I don't even know what I got. The salmon, there was basic seasoning of salt and pepper, yeah. There was no salt in any of the food, and then the fries tasted really salty, but the fries were actually the only good food I had on the plate. I'm gonna try and insert a picture here or somewhere of the food. So I'm gonna talk through each of the components on the food. The fish, the salmon, it was actually, let me give them credit, it was really nice, it was really moist, the food was good. We liked the food in terms of like the quality of its cooking, because the salmon was actually really nice, breaking apart easily, good food. The sauce stew thing, again, had loads of veg that I don't know the names of, probably really nutritious for me. The fries were actually basically really good, probably one of the best times I've ever eaten fries in my entire life. They were up there with like McDonald's level, but less oily, so actually really good fries. There was just no seasoning. There was no salt, there was no pepper, there was no paprika, no all-purpose. Like, it was really just like painstakingly flavorless. So what I was doing was the sauce thing and the salmon. I was getting a bit of salmon, a bit of the sauce thing, and then eating it with fries, because the salt from the fries was balancing out the lack of flavor in the food. I was just like, I literally said before I went there, I was like, please be good food. Oh God, please be good food, because God knows I needed good food. I have food now. I brought a protein bar and I bought a chocolate waffle. I'm probably gonna eat those later on, aka like 9 p.m-ish, because at the minute my stomach is not happy. My stomach is not happy at all. And I do feel seriously actually very unwell. I don't think that is down to the food. I think that's down to my anxieties throughout the day. I think it's not a thing where it's like the food hasn't given me food poisoning. It's a thing where I'm just so pent up that my stomach is now going, oof, you know. The academic session was intriguing. we were talking about caffeine and coffee. And the question of the academic session, it was on cognitive neuroscience, so studies of the brain. And this question that we talked about, which I'm actually trying to remember because it was literally less than an hour ago, the topic that we talked about was about coffee. Why does coffee stop you from falling asleep? And it was yeah, it wasn't anything like, I wouldn't say it was university level. I mean, there was a few words that we didn't know, but the general premise of it was still like A-level biology. I know the guy doing it was a 6th year med student. He said he dumbed it down for us, which fair enough. Obviously not in those terms, but like he did simplify it, but I feel like he could have challenged us just a bit more. It was still good, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with it. I will do my rating at the end, as I said, but this is just me evaluating. I feel like it was good, it wasn't great, but what was good was his Q&A at the end, where he gave us the realisticness about Cambridge. So in my current school, my secondary school, my secondary school is one of those secondary schools that are like, we are one of the best in our area. And first to my school, they are good, but good in the sense that there's some teachers on my life that are so good. And there's some teachers who should not be teachers, who I sit in the lesson and I leave and I know less coming out than I did going in. So my school is one of them schools where I'm like, the outside portrayal of my school is, oh my gosh, we're one of the best. But being in my school, I know that there are teachers who, yes, genuinely, oh my goodness, they deserve the pay rise. And then there are some teachers that I'm like, I don't think this was the profession for you. And more or less what he said was that it's the same kind of way as Cambridge. So Cambridge like to talk about supervisions a lot. And he said that supervisions can be really helpful if the guy or person who you have as your supervisor knows what they're talking about. And he said that if they don't know what they're talking about, then the supervisions are actually just a waste of time and they're boring. But if they can help you and they do the purpose of what they're supposed to do, then they're actually a great advantage. So I was like, okay, thank you for saying this, because all I've been hearing about Cambridge and Oxford is, oh my God, supervision, small group learning is so good. Yes, it is good. I'm not discrediting that it's good. It's just that, like everywhere, there are always two opposite ends of the spectrum. You have, yes, it's really good, really advantageous, but that only works when you have professors or students who know what they're talking about. And coming from a med student, I took that with a pinch of salt. And I was like, thank you for saying this. He talked a bit about his interview process, talked about, well, we asked him questions really. I just asked what A-levels he did. He did the same as me, except he swapped physics for German. For context, I do biology, chemistry and maths, and then physics. But yeah, one thing I'm gonna say, you can tell a lot about the people here based on the way they talk. I said I was going to rate the people at Cambridge, but even though the people who are on this with me, there's 111 of us, even though the people with me aren't in Cambridge, we still got picked for this course. Therefore, I'm going to be rating them as part of my rating of Cambridge. You can tell from people's accents what social class they belong from. With me, I feel like you can hear that I'm a bit more like down to earth. You can tell who is rich here. You can tell who's a preppy private school kid here. Some of these guys were like, yeah, we're from Oxford, we're from Oxfordshire. And I just looked at them and I was like, I shouldn't judge you, but I'm judging you. Not that I'm judging you, but like I'm looking at you through a different way now that I know that my suspicions were confirmed. We had to, in the icebreaker game, one of them was talking about where you're from, and they grew up in Oxfordshire. There was a couple Essexes, and I could just tell. You can tell from the way people talk, the way people look at you, the way people interact with you, their social class. The more shy, down to earth, nervous, bubbly people I found were like more my speed. The like confident, but like cocky confident, that arrogance, that, oh, I have money, so people ought to respect me confidence. I could see it from a mile away. I could tell who came from where I've been talking for a long time. I need to check that I'm not gonna be late, because at 7:15 we're meeting for student life Q&A and then social time, and then I'll be back. And I have a lot more to say, and I have a maths test on Friday which I need to revise for. So the desk in the room is gonna be made use of. I need to do a proper room tour, because the room tour that I did was shocking. That was literally me walking into the room and I was so done. But yeah, it's been a long day. I don't love Cambridge, I don't hate it. It's just like, the building's pretty. King's looks so much better in real life. I didn't want to come to King's, I wanted to come to Christ's, because it's a it's a King's Christ's program. So we got placed in either King's or Christ. So 50 odd of us are in Christ, 50 odd of us are in King's. And I wanted to be placed in Christ, but now that I'm actually in King's, I'm so grateful that I am in King's, because it looks so much better in real life. It looks, I literally can't stress that enough. When you Google King's, when I Googled King's, I thought, what a hideous building. When I came to King's, I was just in awe. I was like, wow. I was humbled. It really, truly humbled me, because King's is so pretty. And the rooms are really nice. This room that I'm in now, like, this bed, one, it's long, which I don't know about you, but my bed at home ain't that long. This is a long bed. And it's reasonably sized. It's a single, but it feels big. So I'm happy with it. And yeah, it's a cute little room. I will probably talk more later. But for now, student Q&A and then social time. You can see how happy I am for the social time. I might have to say I feel sick and get out of it, because I'm not here for it. I realised I didn't do a fit check, so this is my mother's. I borrowed it this morning. I don't think I told her. Then I have my flare leggings, white t-shirt, grey little shacket, my lanyard. My hair's just been done. I'm literally just wearing regular old trainers, because I won't bring in anything that was going to get dirty. And then I've had my grey scarf on. And yeah, this has been the outfit for today. Today was the more dressy look. Tomorrow, it's a hoodie and leggings. Because they said no dress code. So the boys are all just wearing hoodies and tracksuits. I'm seeing a lot of cargo trousers. And then I was like, let me wear the flare. And yeah. Oh, I've got to head down. Student Q&A time. Wish me luck. In all seriousness, I hope I survive this. I hope I don't come back here crying. Okay, off I go. Till next time. Okay, just got back into my room. I'm actually feeling very positively. Positive might be a stretch, but I'm feeling more open-minded about Cambridge. I just had a conversation with 2 black students at Cambridge, and I just, oh my breath. And I just had to ask straight up, and I said, how is it like being at Cambridge and being black? I didn't get a straight up answer, which fair enough. At the end of the day, they do go to Cambridge. But I was told there is a community here. So it's not like I'm alone. There are societies, etc. And that King's is one of the more diverse places, because there's other places you walk and you're like, whoa. And I was like, got you, okay. But hearing that has made me feel a lot more like, okay, it wasn't like they were like, don't come here. They just said, you know, there are places you can go and people around you who will make you feel less alienated. And I was like, cool. We just had the student Q&A and a quiz, and that's actually been the highlight of today. So I'm going to change into my pajamas, relax, text my family, and then I will do another sit down, get into it type vlog. But yeah, before I was feeling like a 3 out of 10, now I'm feeling like a 6, 7 out of 10, so we're better now. Okay, before I get changed, I feel like we need to give credit where credit's due. Let me show you the room properly. I did a quick I showed you the bed, right? So we got the bed, we got storage here, got a little bedtime lamp. I'm not sure how I'm meant to use that. Do you know what? I love the switch. See where the switch is over here? I thought the switch was for the lamp. The switch is for the main lights. So I can turn off the lights when I'm in bed. Literally such a good idea. Got more storage, plug socket, nice wardrobe, loads of space. Oh, didn't show you the best bit though, the bathroom. The bathroom is giving hotel. The bathroom is giving hotel. What a pretty bathroom. And I was just like, this is so nice. And it's so clean. And I was like, this is great. I can't believe how, I love this place. I actually love this place. I really would live here if I could. They should rent out this place because when I tell you, this is literally a hotel room. The only thing I was a bit sad about is that in my head I was expecting, you know when you go to a hotel and they give you a kettle when there's tea and coffee and stuff? I low-key want tea. And I was low-key hoping to come, because now I've come back to my room, I'm eating my snacks, and I was like, oh, I'll have a bit of tea. And then I'm like, oh, I've not got tea. So I'm just drinking water, having my snacks. I was sat on the floor. You know when you're just exhausted and you just come in and you just sit on the floor. Like I didn't even sit on the chair. I sat on the floor. I put all my stuff and I just sat. So yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a very long day. But I'm more satisfied now. I do still need to explain what happened. I need to run through the whole day. So we're gonna get into it. Let me change. What I want to talk about now is what just happened this evening. So after dinner, which I did the review on as being not that great, we had a student Q&A in which we had about 10 students, different subjects, different ethnicities, different years, talking to us about, well, we asked them questions and they answered. And that was actually probably the most impactful part of today. I actually got a lot out of that. And I feel like I've learned what I need to learn about Cambridge. And it slightly swayed my opinion because I feel like I had prejudice coming in here, which I'm aware of. And I said this at the beginning, that what I put out is what I will receive, right? So if I've come here and I'm thinking, I'm not going to fit in here, it's all preppy rich kids, then that's what I'm going to receive. And so I think after the dinner, I kind of had a talk with myself and I was like, I am privileged to be in this position and I need to not take advantage, but utilize the opportunity I have and be open-minded and see what actually is factual and what is just me having a negative opinion. So I went into a student Q&A with an open mind and I learned a lot. I did learn a lot. And the most important thing that I learned is that the people here are not robots. They actually are human beings. And I appreciated the honesty with which they answered, because it is so easy to gloss over the bad and just be like, yeah, it's great, it's this, it's that. Of course, they spoke highly of Cambridge, as anyone would, but they were realistic, as in things like the interview process, work experience, applying here. They were realistic and honest about what it's like and how it can feel. And one of the girls was really honest about her interview. Obviously, she couldn't disclose a certain degree of information. I didn't know this, but apparently you're not allowed to say what your questions were or like explain the build up to certain questions you received. So you have to be very vague about it. But she was open and honest in the fact that she said she made a mistake in her interview and she said what that was and advised us, when we go to our interviews, try not to do this, for example. Something like that. Like that's an example of one of the things that I found really, really helpful. So I feel like I have more of an optimistic view than I had definitely than when I first came here. And I spoke briefly about the two black students I spoke to. And I feel like I needed to do that just for my own inner peace. Just for me to know if this is somewhere that I can see myself as a black woman, if this is somewhere that I can see myself growing and being accepted and blossoming, or if it's a place where I'm constantly going to feel out of place and on edge. But I feel like I got my answer to that as well. And I feel like it is what you make it. If you make it a place where you have your community, you have an open mind, you go into things with a positive outlook, then it will be that. And if I go into things thinking everyone is against me, no one wants to support me, then it will be that. So ultimately, what I want to make it is what it will be. But yeah, I took a lot out of that. After the student Q&A, we then had a quiz, social time. Do you remember me mentioning social time? How I was not going to stay for it? The social time ended up running over, and it was an hour and a half because the Q&A ran over. So the social time ran over, and right now people are still there right now. It's currently nearly 10 a.m. Nearly 10 p.m. My bad, it's nearly 10 p.m. And some people have stayed for free time. My free time is here in my bed with my protein bar, my water, which I will be eating after I finish talking. But yeah, also I know it's late, but I need to eat good food. But yeah, after that we had the quiz, which was the social time. And I was just in a team. So I came here with a friend of mine from school, and then I was in a team for the quiz with him, and then 3 boys in front of us. They sounded a bit like they were from up north, kind of, but like they were really friendly. And I was surprised, again, because I think in my mind I'd been so prejudiced that speaking to people who didn't fit into the box that I had boxed people in from Cambridge was a bit like, oh, okay, this is a breath of fresh air. They were funny, they were nice, they were open and inclusive, which I did like, because in the quiz, they were like, so say one of the questions was something, and they said, oh, I think it's this. If I was like, no, actually, I would disagree there, I feel like it might be this instead. They heard me out, they listened, and we came to a decision as a group. And I mean, it's a quiz. You might be thinking, Sharon, why are you deep in this? It's not that deep. It isn't, but I feel like just something as small as that is like, okay, like I was heard in the group. There was, and I feel like I had to just laugh at a point because someone had to write in the quiz. All the boys said they didn't want to write, and they all kind of looked at me like, yeah, you gotta write, but it's writing in a quiz, it's not the end of the world. And I did enjoy myself. I was laughing, I was smiling, I was talking with actual people, which for me, considering my mood before I went for the student Q&A, that was an achievement. And actually the past 2 hours, so the student Q&A and the social time, the quiz, I'd actually say were the highlights so far, because I learned everything I needed to learn in those 2 hours about Cambridge. So yeah, I'm happy. I don't know if I did say I did get a room key, hence I'm in my room. After the whole mix up, it was just something where they want my key somewhere and they got me my key. So yeah, so it was good. I said the open mind thing because my open mind proved me right. It was just a mistake, an honest mistake. But yeah, no, I feel happy is not the word to use. I feel content with what I've learned so far. There's still a whole nother day. So I was vlogging and my phone ran out of storage, so I'm gonna keep this quick. Tomorrow, open mind, looking forward for it. And yeah, I'm off to bed.